Wheeling was still sulking when they arrived at the theater. The concert billboards were emblazoned above the entrance. Ma shivered at the sight of Jamie's face smiling down from the walls. It was like seeing a ghost. Small knots were of dedicated fans kept vigil on the opposite side of the street. The theater foyer was deserted, the crime scene taped across the doors. Alvin pointed to a narrow street beside the theater. "Let us see if there is another entrance." He led his investigators around the corner. Police cars blocked the street. More crime scene tape was strung on posts, holding back a cluster of solemn fans. Beneath a sign that read "Stage Door," a uniformed officer stood guard. "We cannot get any closer," said Marsh, disappointed. "I told you to call Sergeant Sue, didn't I?" Wheeling accused Alvin. "He would not have let us in," Azizu countered. "You know what he is like." Just then the stage door opened, and an elderly man in a red uniform stepped out. "He is too old to be a cop," whispered Azizu. The man watched as Alvin and his investigators approached. "You cannot come in," he told them, holding up a hand. "We are full of police in there." "That's okay," said Alvin respectfully. "Do you work here?" "I'm in charge of the stage door," the man said. He pointed to the badge on his jacket. "My name is Singh Boon Hawk." He gave a weak smile. "Singh, it's a good name for someone who works in a theater, yes?" "It is indeed," Alvin agreed, wondering how often the man had made that quip about his name. He offered Singh his business card. "I am Alvin So, and these are my investigators." Singh took the card. He squinted at it and flicked the edge with a finger. "I have heard of you. Alvin So. Read about you in the papers. You solve all the murders. But I still cannot let you in. Police orders." "They have got forensics people in here." "Been there all night. So have I. I'm very hungry. Just going to get something to eat." "What have they found out so far?" Alvin asked idly. Singh shrugged. "They do not tell me anything. I wish they'd go away." He paused, stroking his jaw. "She was a very lovely, that girl. Lovely. But what a temper." "She was angry last night?" Rafi queried. "Angry?" Singh laughed. "You'd have thought the world was coming to an end. She was screaming at all of them." "All of whom?" Wheeling wanted to know, her pen poised over her notebook. "All her staff," Singh answered. "And her father. They were all there." As he continued, he counted the people on his finger. Her father, her manager, her producer, some of these other singers, her musical director, the record company boss. Talk about fireworks. The only one she did not scream at was the young man from the record company. So everyone she worked with was there, Rafi quizzed. It seemed to him that if it was an inside job, the list of suspects was extremely long. All of them, and she seemed to be picking fights with everyone. I do not think anyone liked her, even her father. He looked upset, almost in tears. She must have said something terrible to him. He looked badly shaken. I felt really sorry for him." Where could we find him? Azizu asked. Singh shook his head. No idea, not my business to know that sort of thing. But the young man, she seemed to like him. What was his name? Mas asked. Singh scratched the tip of his nose. What was it? Started with M. Oh yes, Martin. No, they called him Mati. Mati something. He was a quiet young man, very nice, always spoke to me when he came in for rehearsals. Not like the others. They were so high and mighty, I don't think they even knew I existed. Wailing's pen spat over the page. Where did Mati work, Mr. Singh? At her record company. Some weird name. Singh's forehead wrinkled. Pink something. Not pink. It was purple. Purple something. Purple Mad. Something like that. Rafi checked on his smartphone. Purple Magic Records? Singh grinned. That's it. That's where Mati worked. Mr. Singh, did you see any strangers last night? Alvin asked. The stage doorman was scornful. Dozens of them. All those security guards. Must have cost a fortune to hire them. And in the end, what difference did they make? The girl was murdered, wasn't she? He patted his stomach. I've got to get something to eat before I pass out. He paused as he had an afterthought. Do you want to talk to the police? I can tell them you're here. Their boss is inside, Sergeant Sue. No, we do not want to disturb him, Alvin said hastily, ignoring Wailing's glare. In fact, don't even tell him we were here. It will only worry him. They hurried back to the main street. Wailing began to say something, but Azizu cut her off. Where to now, Alvin? He asked. The record company, said Alvin. To see Marty. We have got our first breakthrough. Let us follow it up. But it's Saturday, protested Wailing. They will not be open today. Rafi held up his cell phone. Well, someone is there. They just answered my call. Anyway, their address is only a few blocks away. Then let us go. Azizu rubbed his hands together. No harm in trying our luck. You would say that, Wailing snarled, her beauty spot bobbing. When they reached the address that Rafi's smartphone had given for Purple Magic Records, a shabby factory building greeted them. Azizu scowled. This does not look like a record company. It is a dump. I thought pop music was all about money and stars. Mas agreed, casting a sour look at the almost derelict building. It looks awful. I cannot imagine someone like Jamie going in there to work. Are you sure you got the right address, Rafi? Rafi strode to the entrance and inspected a small card attached to the iron front door. It read, Purple Magic Music Corporation. Correct, he thought. He laughed as he pointed at the building. Haven't you heard of grunge, Mas? They entered and climbed the stairs. Peeling paint and cracked concrete made them feel they were in a building, waiting for the wrecker's ball. By the moment they reached the next door, the atmosphere changed. Cool gray and purple dominated the decor. Spotlight gold records lined the wall. A red-eyed girl at the front desk looked up as they advanced. We are officially closed, she sniffed. Nobody wants to work after last night. We still cannot believe what happened. You knew Jamie? Mas asked. What was she like? She was a beautiful person, so nice. We all loved her. She sniffed a date and snatched a fresh tissue from the box of her at her elbow. It is a bad time for you to come. Everyone is so upset. Actually, we are here to see Marty, Alvin told her. Marty Lim? The dog looked surprised. He is, I mean, he was. I still cannot believe Jamie is dead. Marty was her engineer. That's him, said Rafi. He was at the theater last night. Yes, we all were. She waited for a telephone console. Who do I say is here to see him? Alvin handed her his business card. We won't take too much of his time. The dog glanced at the card. Detectives? She pressed a button on the console. I know Marty is in. I'll tell him you're here. A few minutes later, a thin young man with tousled hair and a messy beard wandered in. Mas guessed he was in his late 20s. Azizu thought he looked as though he slept in his clothes. He gazed at his visitors with a blank expression. I am Marty Lim, he mumbled. Have you found out who killed her?